Hi everyone, it's Monique and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to finally be using the Simon Says Stamp September 2025 card kit called Birthday Blitz. So if you are like me, you have a couple card kits laying around the house that you've not gotten to use yet. And so this is one of those kits for me. At the time when I got the kit, I just didn't have the time to use it, and it actually really didn't speak to me at the time that I got it. But so the Super Bowl weekend, while we're sitting watching the Super Bowl, I'm in my craft room, crafting, making cards. So I'm going to show you the five 5x7 cards that I made using this card kit. So all of the cards are inspired by the Simon Says Stamp. Their design team members, specifically Vicky P, because I love her cards, and Tina from Cards and Coffee Time. And one of them is actually inspired by Heather Hoffman, this card right here. So this is not going to be an unboxing because I don't know if you can. I've already used the contents of the kit. I really don't use the stamp set a lot. I think there's only I only use the heart out off of the stamp set that actually came in the kit. I don't use the embossing folder. I do use the cardstock, and I definitely use the pattern paper. So this is what's left of the pattern paper, which is I have enough for lots more cards in here, and they will probably be A2 size cards, but I prefer 5x7 cards, but I will make these cards later. I just wanted to show you guys my 5x7s. So and the string don't come in the kit. I just kind of used the string and just threw it in there. So let me show you guys the kit, the cards. Let me show you guys the cards. So this first card is inspired by a Vicky P card. It's very, very similar to her card. I was heavily inspired by the card designers for all of the cards that I use. I think all their cards were A2s, and I just kind of used my interpretation and turned them into a 5x7 because it actually, when I do that, it actually makes me stretch my imagination. And I think that will help me be a better card maker versus just copying what they already have and doing it. If I change the size of the card, it's definitely going to be a different card with a different look. But what extra can I add to the card? So this card here, what extra can I add to the card to make it my own? So this card here is very similar to one of Vicky's cards from this card kit. And I think I add the extra paper behind. She cut this a little and made it to fit an A2 card. And yeah, and I think this might be the smaller one. I'm not sure because in the kit there's a smaller admit one ticket. So I'm not sure if she used a smaller one or not, but she did use the twine and she had it wrapped around. But this is, I added this. So, but yeah, so I actually love this card. I love the way it came out. Yeah, so that was card number 1. Card number 2 is this particular card here. And this card was inspired by Tina from Cards and Coffee Time. It is almost identical to the one that she made, except of course it's a 5x7. Her card is an A2 card. And this background here is not on her card, and she has a couple of things going on with the string on her card, but for the most part this card is very, very close to very closely resembles the card that she made. And that's card number 2. And the balloons, she got the balloons that, the balloons that I used the die, the balloon die that came in the card kit. This card kit was like, it had 3 or 4 dies in the kit. That was really awesome. And of course it had the 6x8 pattern paper. It had the cardstock. It had the embossing folder along with the stamp set. So that's one of the things I love about Simon Says Stamp kits. Like, they are literally full of things. And then once the kit is expired, or you can no longer get the kit, you can buy everything in the kit individually. So I really like that. So this die, that is what I use to make the balloons. And of course I popped them up just like Tina did in Cars and Coffee time. And I also popped this up. I don't know if she did or not, but I did pop this up as well. I hope you guys can see. I hope it's not too blurry. And so this was the die, the party balloon die. And back to card number 1, the paper, the pattern paper is, let's see. It is Simple Stories Fun Time. Simple Stories Fun Times is the pattern paper that came in the kit. So, okay, this is card number 2. And the die that I use, card number 2. Card number 3 is this card here. And I made card number 3 using the Ferris wheel die from Simon Says Stamp. So this card here is a Valentine's Day card. It says, I never knew how beautiful love can be. So when this card is not a replica of any of the cards that the designers made, it was not inspired by any of the cards. I started making this card and I was like, oh, next week is Valentine's. And I didn't have a card made for my husband yet. So I was like, I have to make Ray a card. Because it's like, I make cards. How can I not have a card for him for Valentine's Day this year? So I decided to turn this one into a Valentine's Day card at the very last minute. And I am very, very happy with the way that it came out. Instead of putting the little buckets on every spoke of the Ferris wheel, I use hearts. You know, I alternated bucket, heart, you know, and so forth. And so I'll just probably write something sweet on the inside. And it's not very feminine, I don't think. It's not necessarily masculine, but it's not feminine. So I was very happy with the way that it came out. And when I first got the card kit and I saw this die, I was like, I don't know if, you know, if I like that particular die, because I couldn't figure out, you know, what kind of card I could make with it. I just wasn't inspired. But sometimes it just take a little while, let the card kit sit for a little while, then come back to it. And like, yeah, I really love this card, so I can't wait to give this to him for Valentine's Day. See what he thinks about it. I have to find a cute little quote about love and roller coasters or Ferris wheels and all of that, you know, jazz, and find a really cutesy one and handwrite it on the inside. But yeah, this is the third card, and it also, they're all 5x7s. And so I used the Ferris wheel die from Simon Says Stamp. So that was the third card. And the fourth card was inspired by Tina. And I used the rubber ducky die that came in the kit. This card is heavily inspired by her card, but it is not a copy per se of her card. I definitely used the background, the pattern paper, and the ducky. The placement is exactly what she had, but again, hers was a A2 portrait card. This is a 5x7 landscape, so it's a little different. And I have the little "You're Awesome" ribbon here, and I put the happy birthday down here. I really love this card. I'm extremely happy with the way that it came out. I wish they would make this a die. I hope it's not blurring too much. I wish they would make the "You Are Awesome" ribbon a die. Not a die, but a stamp. A stamp and a die. Yeah. Because I think that would be really cute on other cards. Okay, anyway, so that's the fourth card. And the last card is my absolute favorite. It is this card made with the Poppin' Corn die from Simon Says Stamp. I love this card. This card was inspired by the Heather Hoffman card that was that's on the flyer that comes with the card kit. So it was heavily inspired by that, and one of the cards that Tina from Cards and Coffee Time that she did. So, and it does, I did the pull out like Tina did on her card, happy birthday. But I don't have the stamp set that that she uses in her video to tell you to pull the card up. So maybe one day I'll invest in one of those, but right now I don't have it. So yeah, there's no way to know that it's an interactive card because I don't have it labeled as one. But I had so much fun making this card. And then all of these were fussy cut from the pattern paper. And then I had a stamp set that had the "Will Be the Best Year Yet." It was like this, you know. So I stamped it on the pattern paper and I cut it out. And like I said, this was the fussy cut. One thing I would say, if you're gonna use this die to make a card, make sure you cut out a ton of popcorn because you're gonna need more than you think you're gonna need. And so you won't end up like me and have to go back and cut out more popcorn because you don't have enough. Just go ahead from the beginning and cut out a ton of popcorn so you'll have enough. I wish the die had more popcorn shapes, and so it would be, easier to have a lot of popcorn. But anyway, that die is my favorite. It's my favorite die of them all. And so of all the dies, it's my favorite die of all the dies that came in the card kit. So those are my 5x7 cards that I made using the Simon Says Stamp card kit for September of 2025 called Birthday Blitz. And even though at the time of this recording it is February of 2026, so it's been a minute that I had the card kit, but I'm really happy that I took my time with it, because I'm really happy with the way the cards came out. And if I would have made the cards when I first got the kit, I don't know that I would have um I would have made these particular cards. So it is never too late to pull out that card kit and make those cards. Never too late. Let's see if I can get them all. There we go. It's never too late to pull it out if it's sitting on the shelf. Just go ahead and take it out and use it. So yeah, those are my 5 cards. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, to leave a thumbs up or like or comment. And I just really appreciate you guys. And if you like this content, you know, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you will get notified of any new videos that I post. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.